I needed to make this video about the reason Nintendo is treating not American, but all, because it's in Japan and Europe too, tournament players and speedrunners and content creators and modders and emulators, all these people are in like a clump for Nintendo, and it's basically people not consuming their product the way that they want. And this issue is actually not restricted to Nintendo. This is a Japanese mindset. Waiting for the truck. That was a loud truck. All right. Why do I say Japanese mindset? So let's just say I know someone that works in Japan, and there are like tea shops and coffee shops where if you ask to add sugar or cream, they'll like tell you no. And it's like there's this culture in Japan where like the people that present you a product, a media, an art form, stuff that has artistic value like food, cooking, video games, movies, it has to be consumed in the correct way. And I totally understand that and respect that. As someone who makes music, or made music, I still make music, or I put music together, like I have like EQ profiles set up for certain headphones, and like I have to listen to it with those headphones like that. Like I get when you make art, when you make a product, you want it to be appreciated in the way that when you made it, felt that it expressed like your artistic sensibilities, right? So if I make a tea that's like really good without sugar, like let's say if you add sugar, it ruins the whole thing. It ruins the message, it ruins the vibe, it ruins everything about the tea. I would understand, like, especially when you have guests over, right? You're making the tea for them, you make them the alcohol for them. Oh, no, don't do it like that. Don't put ice in the wine, right? Like, Americans have this too, like, don't put ice in wine is like a perfect example. Japan is like more like that. They have a massive sense of pride in the products they make, in the art that they make. And so, I have a Chevy, right? And it's super easy to fix. You can take it to any shop. Any shop can fix a Chevy. If you have a Toyota, my wife has a Toyota, you can't fucking change the tires on that shit. The Toyotas, they're like the best cars. Toyotas and Hondas, they're the best cars. But if you want to change a tire, you gotta get the tire key. You gotta get a key for the tire. It's fucking nuts. It makes no sense. And I asked them at the cheap place, I'm like, can you just change the tire without it? Like, don't you have, like on Amazon, can't you buy like a Honda or a Toyota key? And they're like, no. I gotta break it if I'm gonna, I can break it for you. You want me to break it? It's like, no, I don't want you to break my wife's car, fucking retard. But anyway, I forgot I'm on YouTube. I can't say the R word. But, it's just like, Nintendo, the reason Nintendo acts like this is because they know that they're like Studio Ghibli of Japan. They know that they're Disney of Japan. They're better than Disney because Disney's completely soured its reputation everywhere with their Marvel and Star Wars nonsense. So Nintendo is literally the most prestigious media company in the world, and they know it. They know it. They know that the way they exist in the minds of children is pristine. It's crystal clear water liquid, the way that their media impacts the lives of children and adults. Like, it's appropriate, it's friendly, it's family, it's safe, it's quality, right? So because they have this pride, it like amplifies their gusto, their bravado to tell the consumer, hey, you're not consuming this right. Smash Bros, that's a party game. You will not play it competitively. Oh, you're speedrunning? You put UCF, you put mods to make your speedrunning, your tournament easier, better for you so that you don't have arthritis. You're playing with a box because you have arthritis? No. You play with controller. You play with the controller we make. And like they're because I'm gonna be honest, dude. The Japanese view themselves, and rightly so, as like gods, because they are like gods. They can make games infinitely better than the West can, and they like always have. Okay, FromSoft it's like the games they make is just gold. Okay, so I understand why the Japanese view themselves as gods, right? Like, because they are when it comes to game making, they're like god game makers, and they know that, and they treat Whitey like shit because they know, and I know that they did these guidelines all over the place, but they know that Whitey loves, and when I say Whitey, I just mean Americans, but like they know Americans love modding their games. Americans, they want to mod their games, they want to emulate their games, they want to hack their games, they want to do hackathons and break the game open and boundary break, and they want to make YouTube essays about the game, and they want to go into the files and look at all the hidden things in the files. And it's like, in America, you have gaming sensations solely based around like what's in the files, right? Like Five Nights at Freddy's. The appeal of Five Nights at Freddy's is the teasers, the circulation, the theories, the YouTube theories, the watching Markiplier play it. Like, if you were to just play Five Nights 1, 2, 3, 4, Sister Location, Simulator, and Ultimate Custom Night, just playing those games, you're not getting 10% of the Five Nights at Freddy's experience. The Five Nights at Freddy's experience is the YouTube theories. It's watching the streamers. It's looking forward to the teasers. It's speculating on the teasers. It's reading like Reddit discussions about the games. Like, that was the whole experience of Five Nights at Freddy's in 2015 and 16. And it's like, in Japan, they don't have a culture of doing that. There's nothing like that. Like, they want everything to be consumed in its vacuum state, that in its sealed packaging that they create for it. And that's just not how Americans want to do things. And it's like, one of the things that keeps bringing me back to Sonic, despite its low quality, is that Sega and Kishimoto and all these people don't give a fuck about Americans modding Sonic. And it's because they know that Sonic's home is in America. Sonic's home is in America and Europe, and it's not in Japan. Sonic fans that care about Sonic, they're not in Japan, they're in America. And what Americans like to do with Sonic is they like to make fucking shipping comics. They like to draw porn. They like to make fan games. They like to make Sonic Roboblast 2 mods. They like to make physics mods. They like to make hacks. They like to take a Steam port of a game that was released in 2011 and turn it into the most comprehensive overhaul mod that makes it look just like the Dreamcast version of the game that you've ever seen. Like, they know that Americans like to do this, and they embrace it because they can't pick up the slack. Like, they can't pick up the slack that the American Sonic fans and the British Sonic fans do for the franchise. The fixes that they do, the fan games that they make, they know that they can't pick up that slack. And the only way to keep Sonic relevant against Nintendo's Mario is to allow fans to pull that slack up. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the less talented Sonic devs and publisher to allow Americans to love Sonic the way that they love Sonic. I appreciate Sega allowing Sonic fans to make their cringy AMVs and their cringy mods and OCs and all that shit, because that's how American autistic Sonic fans, that's how they love Sonic. Nintendo will not let you love Zelda or Mario or fucking anything the way that the way that Sega allows you to love Sonic, right? And it's like, I will always respect and appreciate the 7 out of 10 Sonic game that I can always infinitely replay, because there's always a new mod, a new physics hack, a new level that someone made that I can just dump into Generations Hedgemod Manager. With, like, here's something interesting, right? So, Mario Galaxy 2 was a 10 out of 10 game, right? Sonic Unleashed, which came out 2 years prior, was like a 6 out of 10 game. Yet, I've played Sonic Unleashed pack in Generations over and over and over again. I played Mario Galaxy 2 like once, and I don't give a fuck about it. And I know it's a 10 out of 10 game. I know it's awesome and amazing, and the music is great, and everything's perfect. I don't care. I don't care. And it's not because I'm more of a Sonic fan than a Mario fan. It's because Nintendo products are preserved in Pyrex Tupperware, and that's not interesting. Okay? Like, when my wife cooks, she changes something every time. She adds a new spice. She adds a new ingredient. She doesn't cook by a cookbook. She cooks with passion and inspiration, and like with what we have in the fridge. All right, Sonic games are every time you launch a Sonic game on a computer, you're getting a new experience because there's some new mods in it that you're playing. And it's like Nintendo games, they don't change. They don't grow with you. Like, the version of Sonic Generations that I played in 2011 is literally a different beast than the Sonic Generations that I played in 2016. It's a different beast than the Sonic Generations that I played in 2019. And it's a different beast than the Sonic Generations that I'm gonna play in the future, because there's gonna be more mods for that game in the future. And it's like, it's just like, in Japan, especially if you're a mastered craftsman, they don't want you to consume in any other way. All right, I'm really happy with this video.